My legs are feeling pretty good. A school holidays for me, so I was able to do lots of mountain climbing training early this week, and then sort of start to recover and taper off for today. They're feeling pretty fresh, and I'm feeling pretty energized for this race.
Yep. And how do you think you'll go overall?
I think I'll go pretty well. Like the course suits me pretty well. The climb, doing the repeat efforts of the climb, is pretty well suited to me. I do lots of climbing, lots of short climbing like this one. This is very much a power climb, and Mount Pleasant is very good training for this course.
And anything you want to say before you start the race?
Good luck to everybody who's doing this event. Thanks to all the volunteers who are helping with this event.
Nathan. Yep. Michael. Yep. Jonathan. Yep. Wesley. Yep.
Have fun, guys.
Exhausting.
Windy.
Yeah,
Windy.
very windy.
Yeah. How good's that happened? It was great, down
But we
the back
need more
stretch.
women to come, because if we had a pack it would have been much easier.
Yeah, it
So
would have been
please,
better.
more women come and
Yeah.
race.
Exactly.
That's what we miss.
We needed more women. There was only the three of us.
Yeah.
Welcome to the Northern Combine Road Championships. This year it's at South Gisborne. We go over the South Gisborne course. It's 8 kilometers in length, and they do that around 10 times. And in the middle of it is a climb up to the finish. That 1.5 k's in length, maybe 5% average. However, it's a little bit of a furphy as it kicks up pretty harshly. It levels out and then kicks up again up to the finish line. The last kick is about maybe 50 meters. The first kick's maybe around a kilometer or so. And right now we're on Mundy Road. The wind is on our left shoulder. There's a northerly wind. We're heading east. On our left shoulder, I'm in a pretty good position. The Hawthorn guy isn't in the greatest positions as he's getting the full brunt of the wind. And right now we're all chilling out. We're all relaxing. We're all saving our energy for the last sprint. I have had to speed this up as we do go really slow. We were barely pedaling at this point. If I could turn into watts, we're probably only doing like 100 watts, 150 watts. That's it. We're all doing a bit of mind games. No one really wants to take a turn. No one, and we all know that whoever's at the front, we're not going to come through. So we're all just sitting out, relaxing, waiting for that sprint, playing a few mind games. This happens pretty sketchy. There's always a bit of gravel there. Be very careful. But they're pretty good with it today. They swept up the gravel before any major catastrophes. Now we're on this start of the climb. The wind's on our right shoulders now, so it's all race to get into the gutter to get the best get the best draft from the wheel. And I'm at the back. I'm in an okay position. I wouldn't want to sprint from this position, but it's a good start for me right now. The guy at the front, I know he's one to be pretty strong. Right now, at this point in the race, I was guessing who was going to go first, who had the best legs, who's been working the most, who hasn't been working at all. And I know the guy with the green bike, number 110. I think his name's Jonathan. I know he's pretty strong. I know he's been conserving energy. I know he can have it, and I'm pretty sure he can pack a big punch. But at this point in time, it's not really about who's got who generally is the best sprinter. It's more about who has the most legs, who's been conserving the most. As it was a pretty long. It was over 2.5 hours, so it's a pretty long race. It was really harsh as we go over this climb 10 times. The wind was absolutely horrendous. So whoever saved the most energy, whoever's got the most energy will win the sprint. I was just watching out for this guy, watching out for whoever's going to jump the first. As I can see everything, I can see who's going to take the first initiative to make the jump. At this point, I was pretty ready for the jump. I was in a pretty good gear. I knew that the first swing would happen pretty soon. I was assuming that there would be one right now, but there wasn't. I thought that there'd be a few scurries towards this section here, trying to get away from the better sprinters if they're not feeling confident at all. I'm feeling pretty confident, so I was waiting for the last kick. And this is where it gets really tough as we go over this lip here, and it's very it's very tricky, as you think you're coming up to the top of the climb here, but it keeps on going. It levels off. This part where it starts to level off, it doesn't stop. It keeps going. It's a bit deceiving in the way this road is, that you can't quite see the end, and you think that this is the top, and so making sure that you time the sprint precisely is absolutely vital here. And the first guy's gone off. The guy in Hawthorn, he looks like he's pretty struggling. 110, he's looking pretty strong. His cadence is pretty good. And then Wesley, 111, he's doing pretty well. I know he's pretty strong. I know he can do a big sprint. He was doing fairly well in this race. So I've moved into this position here, just so I don't, because I know this guy's the Hawthorn guy's struggling, so I don't want to get caught behind him. So I've made myself be able to jump first and be able to get ahead of the riders. And at this point, and here we go. This is the first attack. Jonathan has made the first move, and I was jumped straight onto it. Nothing's getting away now. And I'm at max heart rate here. I'm going as hard as I can. And I'm not sure if it was. I thought I was speaking to him later. He was hoping I'd take a turn, but no way. I'm not taking a turn. I must just sit here, wait until the last 50 meters to jump. And I'm looking behind me. I know I shouldn't look behind me, but I am looking behind me at this point. I'm seeing what's happening to the other riders, and I see someone else is coming. So this is my move to make the jump. This is where I put in the biggest gear I can push, and then just push it out, going at the trying to get the gear rolling, trying to get absolutely fast as I can, and I was able to take the win. So it was a fun race, although it was very hard. I did not like it very much. It was very fun though. Thanks all for listening, and see you next time. Well, it was really difficult. It was just the hardest part wasn't the climb. It was just finding the wheel to get onto, because I didn't find the climb too difficult. I thought the hardest part was definitely this section here. Yeah, look, that section there, because that part is where you're most
vulnerable to the wind, and I was blown off a few times, but I was able to hold on to it, and then it was a group of six something like that, and I was just sort of last lap I was just trying to stay at the back, trying to conserve energy, and then I found the gap and I was able to hit it home.
Now, I heard you did go off the front a couple of times. How did that go?
Well, yeah, the first few laps, I sort of wanted to test the field, see who's the better climbers, and see who's likely to go on a breakaway.